Okay, we're gonna assemble Jesus's guns. These big forearms here. Well, I guess that'd be anyway. So we'll start with the rotator part. So this is the part the hand connects to and then rotates. The biggest thing is like, so here's your hand. The slope will go towards the hand, and so if you rotate it, you want the nub here to be on the top. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. If you drew a center line, this is above the center line this way. So you want that to be above the center line with the thumb up this way. So they're both up here. If you have the wrong one, you line up the slant towards the thumb and you rotate it over. And then you'll see that the thumb is up here, but this is below the center line. So it's the wrong piece. So line it up with the slant towards the thumb, rotate it over, and your nub here is on the top portion. Okay, so you got the right one. You can flip it back over, and you want the slanted part to go towards the hand so you can push it into place. And now you can try and give it a spin. Sometimes it'll bind up on you, sometimes it won't. Best thing though is to put the M2x8s in on top and bottom before you get crazy with it. So M2x8 on the bottom and then another one on the top. This one doesn't have very much thread that engages because of the height of the pieces. It's fine. More of a guide. So you'll try and push on this side to get this to rotate. If it binds a lot, there's two reasons. You also see one of the problems that's pretty frequent. So the screw went through, but it didn't actually go into the hole. So you'll need to back this one out until your parts close up like this, push together, and then you can try and just push in on the screw to make sure that it actually catches and binds without making a gap. Oh, we got a little bit of a gap there. There we go. All right. So you can see there's not too much of a gap between these parts now. So push on this, and it should rotate relatively freely. Eventually, his hand will be connected right here, and that hand is not very thick. So this is the part I actually worry about breaking most. That's why it's got a little bit of added support on the back. You're against the layer lines. Everything's against you on that piece. So you don't want this piece to take very much force to rotate. So it takes a lot. You can work it back and forth some, clean it up, or you can loosen the screws up a bit. Make sure that kind of flips easily. So that's that one. And now when you do the end caps here, you got two sides. So you got a little bit of a flat portion here, and I added that so it prints reliably. And on this one, you can see this flat portion right here. And that is to accommodate this flipping over. So you want that towards this side. So in this case, flip it over. I don't have that flat part right here. If I were to stick it on there and I actually put it in, you can't close that. See, it binds there. If you have the proper side, then when this is open, that can slot in like that. So that's how you tell if you got the right side or not. Get that out of the way just because it's easier to have it closed and we're going to put the screws in. So M2x8 on either side. Don't worry go too tight because you have to open this. Put the other side in. So that opens up. That flips all the way over and then engages, and you can't close this side when this is already flipped over. You open it up, you can close it. And there'll be a little binding just from tolerances. Back and forth a couple times and knock the plastic pieces off. Or not. Don't go too fast or the plastic melts. Ooh. Okay. So that is done. Again, slanty portion towards the hand. Oop, I missed it. Clean that off. So we'll stick this in the hole. We had a problem with that other one. The hole was a little bit too tight, so we'll just use this to widen that hole out. All right, so the sliding point towards the hand, like that. Oh, it's pushed out a little bit. Not too bad. Yeah, we'll call it. All right, so 2x8 on the top and the bottom. And if you want, you can watch the crack to make sure that the screw doesn't push the crack out or open it up too much, which means it's not engaging with this part. And so from the bottom, come on. Make sure it rotates easily, and sometimes it'll stick right here because you didn't get all of the support material from behind there. If it's very little bit, you can grab both screws from this side and push in towards the middle, and then slowly rotate this and you'll hear a click, kind of a pop. You'll pop the support material off from behind it with this. You can only do it if you have just a little bit that's left. If there's too much there, you'll break all the pieces if you push too hard, so don't ever push too hard. So there's that. And again, with the side cap, you have to make sure that when it's all the way open this way and then that the little notch on this piece is up here. You can open it back up, put it into position, M2x8 on both sides. Make sure it opens relatively. Oop, that's way too tight. There we go. Open it. Get a little binding on a little bit of the plastic. There we go. And then open all that up. See, this piece won't close. You have to be careful. You don't try and close this while this is open. Let's go back. Up. And now we've got the two guns ready to go. And sometimes you'll have little schmutz in here that you can pull out to make this a little tighter.